Okay, good morning YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone's all right. Most of you will probably recognise where I am this morning. I will show you some of the garden later on, what's going on. Hydrangeas are all starting to come into flower now, looking really good. We'll have a look at that later. I was just going to bring you round the rose garden. I've not really shown you, just doing a little bit of tidying up and deadheading in there. So I thought I might just bring you around and show you a little bit of that briefly. And then I've actually got a bit of strimming and stuff to do over the other side there where I cleared under the rhododendrons. A lot of that needs a little bit of a tidy up. So I'm probably going to have a little strim through there as the borders are fairly up together, and then we'll have a look at some of the rest of it later on, and see what else there is that's going on. But yeah, anyway, I am gonna just go round to the little rose garden area and we'll have a look at that. Okay, so this is the little rose garden area. As you can see, it's fenced in, so the deer can't get in here. It's basically got the roses in here, and there's some fruit trees as well, obviously, so the deer can't get in here and have a nibble on everything. See, we've got some nice roses. Got two apple trees and a pear tree there, and various different roses in these little borders. Yeah, and obviously the deer can't get to them, otherwise there would be no flowers. But so yeah, as you can see, a lot of them need deadheading. So I'm just going to go around and do a little bit of deadheading in here, and then I normally just cut the grass. But I'll stop my rambling and get on basically. Okay, so I've just finished in the rose garden. Just need to trim around some of these photinias here. Sorry guys, you'll have to bear with me. I've got a new toy, a gimbal for recording some videos that my wife got me, which is great, but I'm just getting used to it. So anyway, here we go, let me zoom out, here we go. So we got 1, 2 photinias here, which are doing all right, but the brambles are encroaching again. So I'm just going to get the blade on those and clear those back a bit. Maybe some of the stuff around the ash tree there, which is still surviving, just I think, despite the ash dieback. And then we've got the area down here, which is the area with the rhododendrons that I cleared, and I need to sort of go through and trim this because it's starting to become a bit grown up again in here, and obviously I don't want that. Try and keep it clear, so got that to do as well. So I'll go and do the bit up by the photinias first, and then we'll come down and have a look down here. So the brambles are starting to come up. Okay, so just finished clearing this bit now. Just starting to come up a bit with the brambles and everything. So yeah, looks a little bit better now. Can see what there is. Obviously you can see the bit here where I cleared all the rhododendrons. You can see there's quite a few of them are re-shooting up again, which I'm just leaving for the minute. And then I'll probably go through and cut some of them. I might leave one or two, and then clear the rest down again, so there's individual ones, so it doesn't get quite so overwhelmed like it did before. So yeah, that's that done. There is work to be done down here. There's a lovely beech tree here, which I need to probably get on and do something with, as there's a lot of laurel that's growing up and swamping it a little bit. I mean, the beech tree is doing quite well. There we go, up the top there. It's stronger than the laurels at the moment, but if I leave it much longer, they're gonna take all the light. Yeah, well, I think I need to probably come in and clear them out a little bit around here. So yeah, right. There's just some strimming I need to do over by the large oak tree over there. There's a natural bit where the water naturally drains through. They're like a natural spring almost. So just going to go and quickly strim that, and then we'll have a quick look around the borders and see how everything's doing. So yeah, I will head over there. Hello, you can't see me at the moment. Here we go. I'm still coming to terms with how this thing operates. Oh dear, no, there we go. Me and technology don't really... There we go, here I am. Still working out my new gadget, so there we go. Right, anyway, I'll get the hang of it eventually, but right, I'm going to go over there and just strim that, and then we'll have a little look round. Okay. Right then, just about sort of finished, so I thought I'd have a quick look, see how things are doing. I know a lot of you like to see how the garden's progressing, so without further ado, so the hydrangeas, as you can see, are doing pretty good, looking nice. Got various different colours. Also the hypericum flowering at the moment. And we'll just pop down to this border here. So the borders, last time I was here, I didn't film it, but I actually mulched them. So the mulch I had in the bags I've put on there now. See this little hydrangea coming up. Nice bluey coloured one there. Lavenders are about to flower. The verbena are coming out nicely now. Obviously the things like the rhodies and that have finished flowering now. But yeah, everything else is doing alright. Grasses are coming up well. This is the curry plant I was talking about. That's flowering quite nicely. Like I say, the deer seem to attack that, but nevertheless it keeps going. One of the buddleias here is actually flowering. Nice deep purpley mauve one. Look across at the other border, much the same. But it always amazes me how the rhododendrons are all different colours. That buddleia's not got any flowers yet. They're budding up though. Butterflies are enjoying it. And another nice pink one. See the seed heads on the steeper out nicely. This hydrangea seems to be doing blue and pink. Anyway, I think I will leave it there. Off to the next job in a minute, so sorry about the funny filming on this one, but I'm still getting used to this new gadget, which is great, but I just need to learn it. So hopefully it wasn't too funny and all over the place. It's actually supposed to make it more steady and better filming, but I just need to get the hang of it and how it works and everything. I'm sure once I do, hopefully these videos will be a little bit better and a little bit smoother as I'm moving around. The idea is it keeps the picture more stable. So tell me what you think with this one, other than the lack of technological experience with it. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling and leave this one here, and I will catch you all on the next video. Thanks for watching.